I ain't taking murder two. Why should I take that? That's life. Murder two. Why should I take that? That's life.
I'm not necessarily recommending it, Alex. I'm just making you aware of the state's offer. Plus, with murder two, there is some possibility of parole. Murder one,
they'll kill me in prison. I know what happens to people like me. They'll kill me. I know what happens. You have to beat this, Mr. Young.
Well, I don't think I will. The woman you killed...
I didn't.
Allegedly killed. She was the daughter of a college chancellor. It's got a lot of publicity, and they don't assign Helen Gambler cases for her charm.
You have to take care of this. I didn't do it. You have to make them see that I didn't do it.
Even so, you have to realize how it looks. The police discovered you having sex with her.
But she was already dead. How many times do I have to say it?
So you just found a dead woman in a dumpster and decided to have sex with her?
Yes. And you have to make them see that. I ain't going down for murder, too.
All right. Look, we're gonna have some clothes sent over for you to wear at trial.
We're gonna need you to take a shower.
Why?
Because you stink, Mr. Dixon. You reek.
You think I'm some kind of animal. That's what you think. I'm a human being, Miss Stoll. A human being.
Her name was Hillary Brennan. She was a second-year copywriter at Rogers & Cole. She worked downtown and liked to walk home after work to her townhouse in the South End. Her friends describe her in many wonderful ways, but generous and charitable are two words that had become almost synonymous with her name. She would never pass a homeless person without offering something. That was said by her roommate. Well, she should have passed this one, ladies and gentlemen. The evidence will show that Alex Dixon raped and strangled Hillary Brennan, strangled her to death. The evidence will show that this man continued to rape her after she was dead. He was still on top of her lifeless body, raping the corpse, when Officer Mark Frierson discovered him. This is the ugly part of criminal law. We deal with crimes that, fortunately, at least this one is simple. I won't have to take up too much of your time with the ugliness.
The ugly part of criminal law is when you convict the wrong person. Alex Dixon had sex with Hillary Brennan's lifeless body, but he didn't kill her. You're certainly entitled to be disgusted by this man, but you can't convict him of murder unless the evidence supports that finding, and it won't. Because somebody else killed Hillary Brennan. It wasn't Alex Dixon.
How long after you got the call did you find him?
About an hour, maybe a little less. There's a back alley behind Washington. It isn't lit. I had to go and check it.
And what did you find?
I heard some activity over behind a large dumpster. I headed that way, shined my light, and there he was.
There who was?
Him, the defendant.
Could you see what he was doing?
He was engaged in sexual intercourse with a nude female body. I ordered him to get off the woman and lie on the ground face down, at which point I handcuffed him. I then went to check on the woman. She was dead.
Did you check to see whether the body was warm or cold?
It was still warm.
She was dead when you got there?
I believe so.
Did you see my client kill her?
No, I did not, but she hadn't been dead for very long.
Excuse me. Did you see my client kill her?
No.
Any thumb or fingerprints or bruised indentations that matched up with my client?
No.
You also noted the woman smelled of garbage.
Yes.
Any idea how she got that smell?
She was probably in the dumpster.
Thank you, officer.
I think she was hiding in the dumpster. Get away from him.
Why don't you argue that then?
I can't prove it. Steak is so tough. Have you guys set a date yet?
June 17th. The invitations go out next week.
Okay, and then how soon after before we have a little Bobby?
You'll be the first to know, Helen.
Of course I will. Let me ask you guys something. A wedding? A baby?
She's already got me pregnant.
Well, how do you take these cases and then go home?
The judge assigned it, Helen.
I know, but you could have...
What's the...
I didn't mean anything, Eugene. I was just asking.
I'm sick of people asking that question. It's a stupid question. We get it everywhere we go. You think about that? I don't expect to be getting it from a DA.
Eugene.
Especially when we're supposed to be having a nice dinner as friends.
Okay. Sorry.
Excuse me.
This eyewitness is pretty much that whole case, so if there's...
He's a liar. Billy Biggs never told the truth his whole life. About nothing. If I hadn't have found that girl first, you would have been right there, taking his poke. You could quote me on that.
I don't believe I will.
Alex, we need facts to trip up Mr. Biggs.
He's a liar. That's a fact.
Yes,
Can
well,
you
that's
give us specific incidents of his lying?
Right here, he's lying about this. I was never with that girl alive. He's lying about this.
Okay. We'll see you in the courtroom.
Yes, he is. Right there. Lying about this. Taking his poke. That's where you would have found Billy Biggs testifying out of jealousy. That's what he's doing.
We could go with that, Eugene. The eyewitness is motivated by jealousy because he didn't get to take his poke with the court.
This is all funny to you?
No. No, I'm just trying to remember certain words of advice I got from a senior associate when I started practicing. In some cases, sense of humor is the only thing that'll get you through.
Well, here's another piece of advice. Sooner or later, you're gonna lose your sense of humor.
What am I missing, Eugene? You've made a career out of defending dirtbags. What's changed?
Maybe I'm getting sick of it. Sharon and I split again.
I'm sorry. When?
3 days ago. Kendall asked me the same question Helen did last night, and I couldn't answer it. Then she asked me later, we got into this big fight, and here I am.
Look, I could handle this case alone. Maybe...
I'm gonna win, Lindsay. Make no mistake about that. We better get in.
I was at the corner of Washington and Boylston. It was about 8:30 or so.
At night.
Yes, that's when I saw him.
Him being the defendant.
That's correct. And he was with the woman.
What woman, sir?
Hillary Brennan. I identified her from the photographs.
Could you tell what they were doing?
Talking. I assume Alex was asking her for money.
Were they arguing or...
No. As a matter of fact, she was smiling.
Do you know the defendant?
Yes, I met him on the street many times.
And you're definitely sure it was him, this man, talking to Hillary Brennan that night?
I'm positive.
And you're sure it was around 8:30?
Yes, I am.
Thank you.
What were you doing on the streets at 8:30, Mr. Biggs?
I was soliciting clients.
Soliciting clients. You were panhandling.
That's what some people call it.
You pretty much live on the streets.
I do.
Did the prosecution buy you those nice clothes?
Objection.
When a witness testifies, he puts his demeanor into evidence. This witness has had part of his demeanor paid for by the prosecution.
And exactly where did the defendant's outfit come from?
From a charity who helps innocent people wrongly charged with crimes.
Objection.
All
Move
right,
to
all
strike.
right, that's enough. We will have no more discussion as to wardrobe. The jury will not give any weight to the clothes.
You were arrested the night of the murder, weren't you, Mr. Bix?
Yes, but much later.
Drunk and disorderly conduct?
I was sober when I saw your client.
How many times have you been arrested for drunk and disorderly conduct, sir?
Objection.
Overruled.
More than 5?
Maybe.
More than 10?
I don't know.
In fact, this was your 11th time. And after the last one, you were told the next one meant jail time. Isn't that right, Mr. Bix?
Yes.
Are you going to be serving time for your 11th arrest?
I don't think so.
Because you had something to offer, didn't you, Mr. Bix? You decided to hand over Mr. Dixon in exchange for serving no time. Is that why you made this story up?
Objection.
Overruled.
Did you make up this story, Mr. Bix?
No.
They needed to place my client with the victim alive, and you decided to offer your services, didn't you?
I'm not lying. I saw him with that
But you
woman.
did make a deal in exchange for this testimony, didn't you, Mr. Bix?
Yes.
Yes. And you say you were sober when you saw my client with Miss Brennan. Was that your testimony?
Yes.
Well, according to 3 different witnesses, you were seen drinking as early as 4 o'clock that afternoon.
But I wasn't drunk.
You're an alcoholic, aren't you, Mr. Bix?
Well, I like to drink, yeah, but whether that makes me an alcoholic.
You were seen drinking at 4 o'clock that day. You were still drinking at 11:30 when you got arrested.
I was sober when I saw him with her.
Have you had a drink today, Mr. Bix?
I'm sorry?
Have you had a drink today?
I've had one.
You had one. Let the record reflect it's 10:15 in the morning. Nothing further.
The body cools down about 1 degree per hour in 65-degree weather, which it was that evening. We recorded a base temperature of 95.5. That was just after midnight. Computing the 1 degree per hour, we calculated the time of death to be between 9 and 10 o'clock. But since the officer found her dead at 9:30, we determined the TOD to be between 9 and 9:30.
Were you able to determine the cause of death, Dr. Fine?
Asphyxiation caused by strangulation.
Between 9 and 9:30. So Ms. Brennan could have been killed at 1 minute past 9. Possible?
Possible.
So my client's contention that he found the body already dead at around 9:15, then proceeded to make love to it after she was dead. That's possible, isn't it?
It's possible, but it's...
Well, in fact, scientifically, you can't rule out that possibility at all.
No, I can't rule it out.
In fact, a body temperature will spike if a person was struggling prior to death, wouldn't it? She could have been at 100 when she died. Isn't that possible?
Yes.
So she might have been killed as early as 7:30.
Well, a witness saw her alive at 8:30.
So you're basing your findings in part on the reliability of the witness, Billy Bix.
Yes, I am.
Thank you, Dr. Fine.
The witness may step down. Ms. Gamble.
The prosecution rests, Your Honor.
Mr. Young, you're on.
The defense rests, Your Honor.
How do you mean I don't testify?
I mean, you don't testify.
What's with that? If I don't tell my side, they're gonna
got your
think I
side
did
in.
it. What's with that?
If we put you on the stand, all your other felonies come in, including the time you flashed kids at an elementary school.
That doesn't make me a killer.
It makes you a piece of crap, which we don't need the jury to hear.
They already think that. I slept
If
with
you
that
take
woman.
the stand, They'll know it.
Okay, all
I don't
right.
like this. What's going on?
You have to trust us on this, Mr. Dixon.
I don't put on any defense. What the hell is that?
You don't have any defense. You were caught red-handed raping the victim.
After she was dead.
Alex, the jury won't believe you.
How do you know?
Because I don't believe you.
Eugene.
I think you did it. You strangled her, then raped her. That's what I think. Because I've had the pleasure of listening to you talk. I don't want the jury to hear you open your fat mouth, because then they'll know you did it, just like I do. I have an obligation to protect you, Alex, and your fat mouth.
You listen to me.
Don't want to mess with me.
Eugene, stop it. Mr. Dixon, our defense is the state hasn't satisfied its burden of proof. With that strategy, it's better not to call any witnesses. That's why we're not calling you. Certainly, it's your right to testify, and if you insist, we will allow you to do so. But it is our collective judgment. It's better for us to rest without putting on a defense and focus the jury on the state's failure to make its burden. And as it stands, we have a very good chance. How are we doing?
I think okay.
How you doing?
I'm fine, Lindsay.
Eugene,
Don't start playing psychologist with me, okay?
are you seeing a psychologist? Because I think you should be.
That
Yes. Every time you take cases like this, you turn angry. I mean, the rabbi...
doesn't have to be fun, Lindsay. What am I supposed to do? Be all happy and
you
giddy?
then beat up in
These
court.
cases don't bother me, okay?
Whatever you're feeling...
I
you
don't
need to-
feel anything. I'm a defense attorney. It's not my job to feel. Why can't people see that? I have work to do here, Lindsay.
I think I should do the closing.
I will do it.
If you can't do your best.
I will do my very best. Cases like this, I get so afraid I'll let my personal disgust affect my... I compensate by trying harder. If anything, I try even harder for the guilty. How sick is that? If there's a question defense attorneys get asked more than anything else, it's, how can you do it? How can you walk into court day after day after day, defending the scum of the earth, then go home and sleep? Well, I got myself a pretty good piece of scum in this one, don't I? He raped a dead woman. Hard enough for me to even look at him, let alone defend him. But the answer to the question is, I don't come in here day after day representing people like him. I represent you and me. I'm in here making sure the prosecution lives up to its burden of proving guilt beyond a reasonable doubt before they get to incarcerate people. Because if they don't live up to that burden, if we start letting them convict without meeting that criteria, then innocent people are at risk. You and me. Maybe him too. I don't know. Maybe he killed that woman. Maybe he didn't. I can't tell you. What I can say is they didn't satisfy their burden. There is doubt all over the place. Nobody saw him commit a murder. The coroner himself said the murder could have happened hours before the police officer found him. It is not likely he's going to hang around with his victims for hours, is it? No thumbprints or bruises on the neck matching my client. The victim smelled like garbage. Why? Because she was in that dumpster just like my client said she was when he found her. One witness who places my client with the victim alive turns out to be a drunk, likely drunk at the time. Can we really trust his powers of observation? Or his credibility? The testimony he gave was part of a deal that kept him out of jail. Deal. What I should say is bribe. He had a motive to lie. Now, the only thing they can prove is that my client was having sex with a dead body. Does that make him vile? Absolutely. But it in no way proves he committed a homicide. It certainly doesn't prove it beyond a reasonable doubt. Ms. Gamble started things off calling this ugly. It is. Sometimes the job is ugly. I gotta come in here and fight for a system I believe in, even when I don't like my client. And it gets ugly for juries, too. Because doing your job here means finding that man not guilty. It absolutely means that under the facts we have. Now, I can't stop you from saying, the hell with the rules. I can't prevent you from lowering the burden of proof if that's what you choose to do. I will ask you to consider. What if one day you or somebody you love is charged with a crime you or he didn't commit? How would you feel if you, he, or she got a jury who dispensed with the burden of proof and just said, close enough? It happens. Goes against the very grain of our criminal justice system, but it happens. Violates every principle of our Constitution, but it happens. The only question we have here, is it going to happen today? It is possible that he did find her dead. It's possible. There's nothing they can do to disprove that possibility. Definitely not beyond a reasonable doubt. That's a fact. A fact you can take back into that room. In order for the system to work, we need the defense attorneys to do their jobs, even when it's unpopular to do so. In order for the system to work, we need juries to do their jobs. Like Miss Gamble said, sometimes the job is ugly.
In very few cases is the defendant actually seen committing the murder. A jury is allowed to consider circumstantial evidence when making its finding. Here, the defendant was found raping the victim while her body was still warm. Our system of criminal justice doesn't preclude you from using common sense. Anything is possible, ladies and gentlemen. And our burden, it isn't proof beyond all doubt. It's proof beyond all reasonable doubt. He was seen with her alive. He was discovered with her dead. Gee, I wonder what happened.
Did I handle myself okay?
You did great. I got goosebumps. I was suddenly proud to be a defense attorney again.
I'm not so sure you should be that proud.
Do you really mean that?
You know, we're trained not to ask ourselves a big question. How can you defend murderers and rapists? We're trained not to go near that because if we do, we'll end up a mess. So we stay away, far away, till one day we don't even recognize the question. And when people ask us, we just look at them like, you don't get it, that's all. Like they're the ones who are lost. Then it hits you. Maybe we're the ones who are lost.
There is honor in what you do, Eugene. You may not believe your own words in there, but I do.
She said I can't feel.
Who?
Sharon. And she's right. I can't feel. I'm afraid to let myself feel. Maybe that's why I can be so damn honorable.
Will the defendant please rise? Has the jury reached its verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
What say you?
Count 32623 on the charge of murder in the first degree. We find the defendant, Alex Dixon, not guilty. On the count of murder in the second degree, we find the defendant not guilty. On the count of lascivious and unnatural acts, we find the defendant guilty.
The defendant is sentenced 6 months, credited with time served. He is free to go. This concludes the jury's service. We are adjourned.
I don't believe it.
Mr. Dixon,
Believe
is it
it.
possible to get a comment from you, sir?
So, can I go?
Check with probation and then you can go.